I didn't always play Barbies, but when I did, they were zombie Barbies. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nika Bird and this is Scraps. Just Scraps. You can be Scrap-a-dapple. So lately this whole adulting thing has been a little tricky. I've had to do a lot of laundry in the past week. That's had me very tired. I had to take poor Scraps here to the vet, and that was also very tiring and stressful. And now I'm having to be a grown-up about the loud noises happening in my apartment. So I decided today, let's just take it back to when we were kids, and we just said the darndest things. Here are just a few of the silliest things that I thought or said or did when I was younger. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of these popsicles before. I'll put a picture next to my face somewhere. But there was a commercial when I was little, and the kids that would eat them would turn into rocket ships and fly away to outer space. And so I was terrified to eat these. I can remember one time I was at the store and my grandma thought it would be the greatest idea to buy me those, and I just started freaking out. I don't want to eat those. I don't want to go to Mars. I'm too young to go to Mars. I've mentioned this before in a storytime video, but I was convinced, and I mean convinced, that the self-flushing toilets in like the airport or the mall were robot toilets that would like wait for you to do your business and then they would like flush. It was terrifying. But I thought it was either aliens or like robots or cyborgs or like alien robot cyborgs. One time my grandma told me that if I were to eat dog food, I would turn into a dog. And of course I wanted that. Why wouldn't I want to be a dog? So then I ate dog food and I got in trouble. I used to legitimately believe that there were rhinos, that lived under my parents' house, and they would stick their horns up through the carpet to trip me because I would fall all the time and I would have no explanation. So it was obviously rhino. I used to think that there was a skeleton not sitting like normally, but sitting inside of the front passenger seat of my parents' car because I would kick it with my foot and I would push it, and so I could feel all the inner workings of the chair, but that didn't make sense. It had to have been a skeleton, and I would like look for the skeleton with my feet every time I'd get in the car, and it was so bad that the chair basically had a hole in it because I would constantly be like kicking at this skeleton and bothering any passengers that sat in our car. So it might have been a zombie in our couch, and maybe in our shower, that I was terrified of. That's what you get for letting me watch Return of the Living Dead 2 when I was 7, Dad. I didn't play Barbies like a normal girl. Like the Barbies didn't go shopping or didn't go on adventures. I would reenact movies that I had seen. So if I liked a movie, I would reenact that movie. Like I would reenact The Prince of Egypt. Always really loved that movie. So I would reenact that with my little baby Barbie and Barbie Moses and stuff. I really liked Indiana Jones, so I would reenact Indiana Jones. And like I would even use the box as like the Kalima chamber thing that would, like, you know, you'd have your heart ripped out in, that thing that like lifted you down into the lava fire. Yeah, that was the Barbie box. I would also reenact Return of the Living Dead too. My headless Barbies were the zombie Barbies, and then my whole Barbies would be eaten by the zombie Barbies and become headless Barbies. Zombies. Headless Barbie zombies. It's kind of like the Puppy Monkey Baby. Headless Barbie zombie. Headless Barbie zombie. Puppy Monkey Baby, get it? My favorite food when I was younger was taking like regular white bread, so like think like Wonder Bread or whatever, just like the white bread, and putting just ketchup on it. Just ketchup. And then I would squeeze it with my hands and get it like moist and weird, and then I would eat it. When I was younger, I legitimately believed that when my mom was younger, the whole world, because of movies that were in black and white, I believed the whole world was in black and white, and color was just like a technology update. So like us seeing color was the world growing and becoming better. I used to sneak scary movies and other things that I probably shouldn't have been watching by waiting for my mom to fall asleep because I was too terrified to sleep in my own room because of somebody trying to break in, so I would sleep with my mom. But I think I had like insomnia because of this experience. I don't know, because I just wouldn't sleep. So I would wait for my mom to fall asleep, then I would crawl to the end of the bed and watch whatever my dad was watching, which would be like Carrie or Jaws or Nightmare on Elm Street or some zombie movie, and that's really why I started loving horror movies, because I would be like up watching them. Granted, I'd be terrified and then I wouldn't sleep even more, but you're welcome, Dad. When I was little, the worst cuss word you could ever say was the word butt. I wasn't allowed to watch the Butt Ugly Martians because the word butt was in there, and I tried even to convince my mom that it was like the other use of the word, like when you say, but mom, or but I don't really like that. So I was like, Mom, it's that. That didn't work. I used to think cats only had 2 legs. I used to really believe in aliens. Like, I had this little drawer in my parents' house that had the UFO files, and it was literally drawings of aliens and cows that I did. I had this song, and it went like this. I'm part amphibian, I'm related to a cow. I don't know how, but I'm part amphibian. When I was little, I was convinced that someone stole my hairbrush, like broke into my house just to steal my hairbrush that I lost. I was too afraid when I was like really little to throw anything away because I thought everything like could feel and think, and it would be sad if I threw it away. So like if I got toys, I would keep the boxes for a long time. Or, you know, if I got toys and they started to break or whatever, I would feel so bad for the toys that I wouldn't throw them away. I even kind of got that way about clothes. Like I'd have to start like wearing several outfits in a day because I thought I was hurting my clothes' feelings. I was terrified of mousetraps. Still am. I don't like those. Ugh, I don't like it. I used to think that TV shows were real and that Lizzie McGuire was going to be my best friend. And then one day I put two and two together and saw the blooper reel at the end, and I thought, oh, it's not real. When I was little, my dad's an ump for like baseball, high school baseball. Well, the only team I knew of at the time were the Giants because, you know, my dad liked the Giants, and so I put two together, and I was like, my dad must be an umpire for the Giants. Awkward moment of my childhood life. I was at Awanas, which is like a church thing, and it was the week of the World Series, and so they were putting on the game on TV, and they were like, okay, who's playing the World Series? Well, because it was church, they wanted everyone to be excited for the Angels, and I was the only kid that raised her hand and said, the Giants! And they just looked at me like, that's the wrong team, girl. I don't know if that was the World Series or just a game, I don't know, but I just remember Angels, Giants, but I liked Angels in the outfield. When I was little, I thought monsters would take rocks and put them on my shoes to ruin them, so I was terrified of shoe ruining monsters. So remember how your parents used to tell you not to play with matches? Well, I didn't understand that matches created fire. I just thought they were like this evil thing I wasn't supposed to touch, and I'd often question, why did my parents have these? Same with cigarettes, like you see the butts on the ground, and I just thought, why do people let those get around us if they're so dangerous? Alright, you guys, thank you so much. Those are just a few of the things that I thought, said, and did as a child that were just a little bit weird. If you have any weird, crazy things you said or did as a child, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Every like, every subscription means the world to me, and I appreciate it so much. Alright, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and stay classy, and I'll see you later.